What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel, and in today's Yu-Gi-Oh! News video, there's actually not a whole lot to talk about for this video, but there is something. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the brand new Egyptian God card decks, and exactly what we can expect from these decks when they come out. Another new card coming out of Ancient Guardians, as well as a brand new 60 card booster set called King's Court. That is going to be that's going to be a very interesting topic. So let's talk about the Egyptian God card deck. So I believe this was announced just a couple weeks ago, actually, and there are only going to be two decks. One for Slifer, one for Obelisk. Awaken the power of the Egyptian God cards. If you ever wanted to build a deck around an Egyptian God card but didn't know where to start, look no further than the Egyptian God decks. Egyptian God decks, Slifer the Sky Dragon and Obelisk the Tormentor, serve up simple strategies to summon and win with either Slifer or Obelisk. For Slifer's deck, Slifer powers up depending on how many cards you have in the hand. So this deck uses token generating effects to help you gather the 3 required tributes while using fewer cards from your hand. After you have Slifer on the field, power it up with cards that let you draw more cards, like the brand new Thunder Force attack based on Slifer's signature attack. This spell can destroy all your opponent's face-up monsters at any time, but if you use it during your own main phase, you can draw a card for each monster destroyed. Now for Obelisk. Unleash the power of Obelisk the Tormentor by tributing 2 monsters you control and wipe your opponent's monsters off the field. This deck uses self-replicating monsters to provide tributes and protect your life points as you get closer to drawing your Divine Beast. Obelisk's own ability can crush your opponent's monsters all at once, but throw in the new spell card Fist of Fate, and you can negate a monster's effect and destroy it without needing to tribute. Activate during your own main phase, and you can crush all your opponent's spells and traps as well. What's cool about Fist of Fate is that it's 2 cards in one. It's Harpy's Feather Duster and Regeki all rolled into one. It's kind of like Lightning Storm, but with Fist of Fate, you're actually able to use both effects at the exact same time, which that's pretty broke. That's a pretty broken card. In fact, I think I talked about these when the Prismatic God box was announced, actually. So that's kind of cool. Each Egyptian God deck is 40 cards total and includes 1 Egyptian God card and 5 new cards, 4 unique new cards, as well as 1 copy of Soul Crossing, a brand new quick play spell card included in both decks that lets you tribute some of your Egyptian God card by tributing your opponent's monster. So it's kind of like Soul Exchange, babe. So it's kind of like Soul Exchange, but it's even better. That's pretty good. Each deck is playable in its own straight out of the box. Is playable on its own straight out of the box and comes with a dueling guide that explains the basic strategy and some rules you should know how to get the most out of your deck. Of course, if you pick up both, you can mix and match their strategies to create an awesome deck that can wield multiple Egyptian God cards. It'll be released June 9th, 2021. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Contains 40 cards, 4 Ultras, 4 Supers, 32 comics, and a deluxe game mat. Name and content subject to change, obviously. Okay, so the one thing that we can obviously expect from this is obviously the new cards that we saw in the Prismatic God box. So obviously, Fist of Fate, Thunder Force Attack, Soul Crossing, which was one of the other ones that we mentioned, that was mentioned, and several others as well. Honestly, I kind of figured that we would have seen something for Raw, but it dawned on me that we got that we got something that we actually got the support for Raw from Legendary Duelist Rage of Raw. So that really doesn't surprise me. But I will say this. I will say this though. I can't wait for the card for those cards to come out. I think honestly, I think the big question here is whether or not the decks are going to be competitive once everything is back to normal. Honestly, I really don't see that happening anytime soon. I think this is just more of a more of like a more like of a casual type of deal. But this actually ties into this one, into this next topic that I'm going to be talking about, King's Court. King's Court is the newest 60 card booster set with world premiere cards that can be played by themselves or as the engine of an Egyptian God card strategy, which will be released June 24th. 10 ultras, 15 supers, 35 rares, 15 of the cards in the set will also be available as collector's rare. So not much to talk about with this one, but I think we can expect the Egyptian God cards to be reprinted in this set. Maybe finally get to see that trap card. What was it? Judgment of the Pharaoh. I know that card was like a Shonen Jump promo many years ago, and I don't think that card ever got play at all. So that's gonna be very interesting to see. That it'll be interesting. But now the last thing to talk about is actually the new card from Ancient Guardians. It's actually another Durimicord card. I know that I talked about the Durimicord archetype in last week's video, but this is one of the normal spells for the archetype. It is called Durimicord Elegance. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Activate one of these effects. Place one Durimicord Pendulum monster from your deck in your Pendulum Zone. Add a Durimicord Pendulum monster from your hand to your extra deck face up. Then place two Durimicord Pendulum monsters, one with an even scale and one with an odd scale, from your deck in your Pendulum Zone. Or, add a card with an even scale and one with an odd scale from your Pendulum Zone to the extra deck face up, and if you do, draw two cards. So let's think about this for a second. Taking a Durimicord Pendulum monster from your deck into your Pendulum Zone. It's kind of like a Mass Hero Diane, where you're able to take a monster from your deck and summon it. In this case, you're adding it into your Pendulum Zone. And then that's just one of the effects. The second effect is you can add an even scale and an odd scale Durimicord Pendulum monster from your hand to your extra deck. So it goes face up. So obviously it goes face up in your extra deck. So it's kind of like you're kind of like discarding two cards, which honestly is not too bad. But at least you're able to have more resources when you want to Pendulum Summon. And then of course too, with this one, again, an even scale and odd scale Pendulum Durimicord Pendulum monster. You take them from the Pendulum Zone, put them into the extra deck face up, and then you draw two cards. So it's like a -2/+2 basically. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of pendulums, but I will say this: the archetype does seem promising. I don't even know if it's going to be that competitive, but we will find out once the set gets released. I believe we're supposed to be getting this sometime this year, so I don't know exactly when we're getting it, but when we do get it, I think this archetype might change. It could very well change the meta, but only time will tell. But there is another thing that I do want to talk about, since I actually still have some time left over. I actually want to take a look at a deck from YG Organization. There's a deck here that I wanted to talk about that I think might actually be pretty good, actually. So if you guys remember the morphtronic deck that I did a video on, then you will know that I actually, that the deck was actually really good. And there are actually several different like variants of the deck, and it's actually pretty interesting. So I just wanted to talk about it for a second, because I've heard rumors that there's actually going to be some new support for morphtronics at some point. Like, I think like within the next like year or so. I don't know if the rumors are true, but just to show you guys, this one in particular. This one actually uses Gizmag Makami, the Ferocious Fanged Fortress. It actually uses up 3 copies of that. 3 Morphtronic Smartphone, 2 Cellphone, 1 Vacuumin, 3 Remoten, 3 Scopin, 3 Videon, and 3 Stapleton. Though that's the monster lineup. The spell lineup, we have 2 Morphtronic Map, 3 Double Tool C&D, 2 Super Magic Sword of Raptinus, 1 Moon Mirror Shield, 3 Living Fossil, which I think that would give you Gizmag Makami, 3 Pot of Prosperity, and 1 Monster Reborn. The traps, you have Power Break and 3 Hope for Escape. The extra deck, you have 2 Power Tool Dragon, 1 Life Stream Dragon, 1 Power Tool Mecha Dragon, 1 Ancient Pixie Dragon, 1 Armory Arm, 1 Seven Swords Warrior, 1 Samurai Destroyer, 1 Vylon Sigma, 1 Vylon Delta, Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, Sylvan Princess Sprite, Link Karibo, Relinquish Anima, and Salmon Grey All Mirage. I'm gonna be honest, I've seen so many different Morphtronic decks, but let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see a updated version of the Morphtronic deck that I have. Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I think honestly Morphtronics, I feel like with the right support, maybe Morphtronics could become extremely meta. I'm just saying. I'm saying it could be a meta deck, but you never know. But that is actually going to do it for this video. I know that there wasn't a whole lot to talk about, but question of the day: what are your guys' thoughts on the Egyptian God decks? And do you think they will be competitive in today's meta? Let me know in the comments below. And that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button if you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more Yu-Gi-Oh news videos, which gets posted every Wednesday, unless if there is nothing that I usually do in opening. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links will be down in the description below. And if you guys have any fan mail that you want to send me and want me to open up on the channel, my address will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.